case of Mumia Abu-Jamal. Mumia Abu-Jamal is a political prisoner in this country. He was a teenage Black Panther member. He was a journalist. He's a father. And this festival started raising awareness about his case. So we're going to take it back to our roots, because Mumia every year has a message for us. So I'm going to introduce the person who's going to share Mumia's message. He's a frequent flyer here at Power to the Peaceful. He comes every year. He's the director of the mobilization to free Mumia Abu-Jamal. Over here on the hawk stage, Jeff Mackler. Thank you, Will. Let me hear it. Free Mumia! Once again, free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
Mumia is on death row in Pennsylvania. An innocent man, a leading journalist and the most prominent innocent death row prisoner in the world. The state of Pennsylvania is seeking his execution. The Supreme Court has rejected all of his appeals. We're fighting before the Justice Department to demand a civil rights investigation into the corrupt trial that keeps this innocent human rights fighter. You're about to hear Mumia talk on one of the most hotly debated issues in the country, the need for quality health care for everyone. Mumia is a leading opponent of the fight against U.S. wars. He's against U.S. troops in Afghanistan and Iraq. Do you support him? He says bring the troops home now. He says money for jobs, pensions, health care, housing and education, not war. Not money for corporate wars and bailouts. He says end U.S. support for the occupation of Palestine and end the siege of Gaza. Bring the troops home now. Self-determination for all oppressed peoples. End war crimes, including torture, and prosecute the war criminals, not the innocent. Don't fill the jails with 3.5 million people in a society that spends more money on prisons than it does on education, on the military-industrial complex as opposed to housing. I say free Mumia, end the war, bring the troops home now, and mobilize on October 17th in San Francisco, UN Plaza, 1 o'clock, make that 12 noon. Everybody, let me hear you. U.S. troops, out now! Out now! Out now! U.S. troops, out now! Free Mumia, let's hear from them. Thank you.
Free Mumia!
The health care that equals I don't care. As the White House and Congress squares off on health care, take care, because the deals with the big dogs have been made, and the people will be once again left holding an empty bag. That's because in the opening hours of this drama, the central issue, single payer, was given away in an attempt to attract the support of big insurance companies. A pre-payoff, if you will, to show them that neither their profits nor their growth would be impaired. Truly, this is change that they can support, for it means more accounts opening up, more funds flooding their tills, and legislative protection for their dwindling payouts. Single payer means that all doctors and hospitals would be paid for their services by a single government agency, spelling the end to the immense profits garnered each year by insurance companies, now costing about $350 billion a year. Now that amount of money would have paid for much of the nation's healthcare needs, instead of private business profits and executive bonuses. With the deal made, that money is gone, and so are the hopes of millions for a fix of the nation's health care. Do you really think the insurance companies donated millions to Obama and select congresspersons because they like their looks? They'll give bill to Democrats, Republicans, hell, they'll give it to communists if they think they can buy more profits, and it looks like they have. Think on that old saying, you get what you pay for. Well, they've paid the politicians, and they're about to get the payoff. And yes, a bill will pass, and Obama will sign it. And it'll mean less, not more, health care. It'll mean higher prepays, less services, and more profits for the campaign contributors. Unless people really raise hell and demand single payer before the door slams shut. From death row, this is Mumia Abu-Jamal.
Is Mumia!
That's right, y'all. Power to the peaceful. Free Mumia.